Eric Bischoff ain't afraid of burying AEW, so welcome back to Fog Wrestling, and we are not afraid of reading out the comments. You know, Bischoff bashing AEW. I love reading it. I love reading it. Can't lie. I just wish he bashed WWE a bit more, but here, when you're on the paycheck, my friends, alright? When you're on the paycheck, then what can you do? But this is what he said about it after some people are done with AEW. And I quote, "None of them. That promotion is circling the toilet bowl. And it's because of the creative. It's because of a lack of leadership. It's because of a lack of structure, creative structure, and the lack of vision that there's not a chance any one of those guys is going to be any more valuable as an asset 12 months from now than they are today, or that they were 12 months ago. It's the place where your career goes to die. There's no exception to the rule. If you have one, I'd like to hear it, but I don't think you do. From Mercedes to Adam Copeland to Christian, you name any big star that came over with equity and value and a big fan base, and look where they are. The supposed best in the world, Will Ospreay, is a bust. He doesn't draw money. You're one of the small percentages of the audience that just loves wrestling moves for the sake of wrestling moves, because it looks kind of like the video game you play. You're happy as hell. The problem is, there's not enough of them to build a business around. And focusing on that aspect of the product and talent, you're turning the vast majority of the audience off. You're killing that character by focusing on that aspect of the business. There's just not one piece of talent that is more valuable today than what they were yesterday. Look at what's happened to MJF, for crying out loud. That was almost too hard to screw up. Flat as can be. John Moxley, you kidding me? Death Riders, whatever that is. It ain't working. The only thing that Death is riding is the audience away from the product. Oh ho. End of quote. Uncle Eric, Easy-E, whatever you want to call him, he did not hold back there in burying AEW. Yo, see AEW, right? I think everybody that's joined it from WWE has honestly got worse, pretty much. Now, maybe not initially. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think John Moxley initially was worse. Like, John Moxley in his dying days in WWE was pretty bad. You'd be lying to say he wasn't. But someone like Christian, right? You know, he was in the Rumble, 21 Rumble. He had the matches, you know, he had a lot of matches as well. Like Orton in 2020, like, there was weird stuff going on. But is Christian worse now than he is then? I would say he's probably better now, but yo, Christian as a character and what he's doing is better. But in terms of like his actual place on the card, it sucks. Like walking around with this case, man. Just give Christian the championship. Is it too much to ask? MJF absolutely buried. Mercedes Moné, her stock's never been lower. Adam Copeland, you can call him Adam, you can call him Copeland, you can call him Cope. I ain't coping with it. Guy's not good. Will Ospreay's right. He's a bust. 5 million doesn't draw a dime. I mean, why hasn't Eric Bischoff talked about fucking what Okada? Okada's on the same contract as Ospreay. They're both on 5 million. That is scary. That is crazy. And Tony Khan, you know, he has talked about the fact that he doesn't want the company to ever become public. It is simply his thing. He says he would like one day to start a family and, you know, give it to them one day. Sounding more like McMahon every single day, are you, Tony? But the reality is, man, it's just a bloody company that it feels like it's just going around the emotions, folks, and it feels like it's never ever going to get better. It feels like we've seen the peak of AEW. Yo, we talked about it in the collision review the other day. Like I genuinely believe that the women's division in AEW is better than the one in WWE. The one in WWE is an absolute mess. You know what I mean? But when you look at the men in AEW compared to the men in WWE, as much as we bury it and bury the product, and you've got fucking Cena. You know what I mean? Punk, Reigns. No, admittedly in WWE, I do think the world champions are very fucking weak, but look at AEW. Look at John Moxley. Is he not a weak world champion? It's crazy, to say the least, man. It's absolutely fucking bonkers what is happening in that company at the minute, man. And Bischoff's right, but I don't like the fact when you've got these guys like bashing AEW for exact reasons why WWE sucks. I mean, he talks about fucking Will Ospreay. What about Penta? I'd like to hear Bischoff come out and bash Penta. What, because it's fucking Penta, I draw? Come on, people. It's not good. It is not fucking good. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. Until next time, we'll be back very soon.